something you guys probably didn't notice is that they actually nerfed Goblin Queen as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think goblins have finally been nerfed. I mean, to say I'm shocked would be a little bit of an understatement. If you watch my prediction video, if you go back and rewatch my prediction video right now, you would see that video aged like. I mean, it just we didn't do too hot, guys. Listen, I thought the goats would keep being goats, but the goats were slain. And we're going to talk about that, starting off with Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov in a majority draw. I predicted this one to be Jan Blachowicz getting a TKO in the second round against Bogdan Guskov. What I ended up getting was a majority draw. But we know who won, man. I scored rounds 1 and 3 for Jan. The conversation comes around if that second round for Bogdan was a 10-8 or if it was a 10-9. I scored it a 10-9, so on my scorecards I had Jan Blachowicz winning the fight, which would, technically make me 1-0 in predictions. But you can't really, I can't give myself a point for this one. I predicted Jan to win. It was a majority draw. There's not too much I have to say. It was that second round. Was it a 10-8? Was it a 10-9? I think it's close. I've heard arguments for either. I'll accept either. I'm throwing it a 10-9, but I would understand if you threw it a 10-8, man. I mean, what did Jan do in that second round? But I'm looking more at what he did in the third. I'm looking more at what he did in the first. Unk still got it, man. What y'all looking at me for? I got this one right. See, bro? Peyton Talbott is going to finally get that big name on his resume, and he's going to ascend into superstardom. See? I said it right there. That's exactly what happened. By Peyton Talbott from start to finish. Henry Cejudo is going to look slow out there. Henry Cejudo is going to look unmotivated out there. He just wants to get his retirement fight. To be honest, I was cooking. This is some of my best foresight yet. That's just how I see it playing out. So I've got Peyton Talbott by knockout. Honestly, okay, he won by points, but I was still cooking. In round one. The hell is this? I'm having a vision. What the hell? What the hell is this? What is happening? What the? Henry Cejudo by decision. Whoa! Did I get hacked? Oh, heck no. Let me just go over here real quick and, yep, spot right here. I'll just cut. Delete. And, yep, there we go. Shout out Peyton Talbott, man. A little bit of revisionist history for you. I really can't believe it, man. Peyton Talbott goes out there and absolutely dominates Henry Cejudo for all 3 rounds. He was the one laying down on Henry Cejudo. He was the one shooting takedowns. He was piecing him up on the feet. He was finding the range. Henry Cejudo had a lot of heart, though. We have to give him that. We saw some heart from Henry Cejudo. We saw Henry Cejudo steal a little bit of money from me. That's okay. But oh my goodness, I mean, I just have to give Peyton Talbott all the credit in the world. Peyton Talbott just cracked the bantamweight division wide open. He looked excellent out there, man. I thought Cejudo was going to be too much, too soon in the grappling department, despite the fact that he was 38 years old. Despite the fact that we had never seen Henry Cejudo lay on an opponent before. Despite the fact it had been 5 years since we saw Henry Cejudo win. I saw him showcase heart in a split decision loss against Aljamain. I saw the same thing against Song Yadong, and I was thinking, man, Song Yadong, Merab, Aljo, they're just on such a higher level than Peyton Talbott. We're finally going to see Henry Cejudo get a win. He's going to go out with a W. He's going to cash the bunkie bet. He's going to make me look like a genius. But alas, he made me look like a fool. And that's all I have to say about it, man. He's top 10, and he deserves to be. Peyton Talbott's that guy. I'm just gonna take the fact I actually got a fight right on this card, because that was that was a very rare occurrence. This is the only fight I got right, actually. This happens. Last time this happened was Holloway Poirier. All I got right on that card was the main event. And all I got right on this card was this one right here. But that's because these next 2 fights, oh my goodness, who saw any of this coming? Who saw any of this coming? I want to give Tatsuro Tairo his flowers. I really do. But the co-main event and the main event just They altered history. They altered history, man. This is what we need to talk about. Joshua Van goes out there on paper. On paper, Joshua Van TKOs Pantoja round 1. On paper. Someone didn't watch this pay-per-view, opened up Google, typed in UFC 323, and saw Joshua Van won by KO in round 1. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to put the picture up here of the arm break. You all saw it. I saw it. It was horrific. I hate the fact that they just replayed it over and over and over again. And what a freak accident, dude. I mean, just what a horrific way for a fork to be thrown in the road of the Pantoja era. I had Pantoja winning this one by decision. I said on my breakdown that Van was no slouch. I said on my breakdown that Van was going to be champion one day, but not like this, man. This isn't how it was supposed to happen. And then how celebratory he was. Pantoja was hunting him down. Pantoja was walking down Joshua Van, and Joshua Van was celebrating on the side of the octagon like he just slayed Thanos. Because on paper, he did. Man, just book this one back immediately. Just run this one back immediately. What a freak accident. Just absolutely has killed my vibe. And I can't believe that's a Joshua Van KO on the and not a doctor's stoppage. He was pushing off of him, so it was but dude, Pantoja was walking his ass down. That was crazy. And you all know I'm a bigger Josh fan than your neighbor and anyone else on the planet. But dude, this is not how it was supposed to be, man. This is not how it's supposed to be. It just cursed. It's so cursed. If you were to pull me aside in the street and ask me when Pantoja and Merab were going to lose next, I would have looked you dead in the eyes and said, I don't know, probably fucking never. And then they both lose tonight. Like that's just how crazy the sport is, man. What a way to finish off the year with the pay-per-views. I mean, oh my goodness. Peter Yan looked excellent, and Merab finally has real comp in the bantamweight division. It looked like he was just going to run through everyone. I predicted he was going to run through Peter Yan for the second time. It's interesting how life works, man. The first time this fight happened, I picked Peter Yan to win, and what happened? Merab won. This fight happens, I pick Merab to win, and what happens? Peter Yan. I think I'm just cursed. Low key, every time I give you a bunky bet, just do the opposite. You'll be a fucking millionaire, I guess, dude. Tonight, we saw two eras in the bantamweight and flyweight division come to an interesting close. The Peter Yan win, valid as fuck. The Peter Yan looked fucking awesome. I'd love to see a trilogy. I'd love to see it again. Honestly, I'd love to see it a third time. They were banging. That was awesome. And then, hey, Yan wins again. You know how the UFC is with Sean O'Malley. You know they'll throw him up there and be like, now Peter Yan can get his win back on O'Malley. That's how they'll frame it, just to give O'Malley another title shot. And yet it's just, it writes itself, man. I know exactly how this is going to go. I've seen it happen before. But I say that and got the whole card wrong. Yes, the bunky bet didn't cash. Yes, I got every single fight incorrectly besides the Tatsuro Taira victory. But tonight reminded me, there's nothing like this sport, and I love every second about it. I love talking about it. Really great card. Hey, prelims and early prelims were fucking excellent, though. Prelims and early prelims, woo! They were on fire, man. But main card delivered as well. That was awesome. I'll see you guys next pay-per-view. Oh my, in January, Paramount